Can you see the documents?
Hold on. Should we swap the order steps?
Yeah.
Maybe we can start with Google domains then.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
What's that? It'll be a PC cache.
Huh?
Oh, don't break it.
Oh, better. All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Matt Kaufman, and I'm one of the co-organizers for GDG LA. Gerard Cordero is also here. He's another co-organizer. We have another co-organizer who's stuck in traffic, who will be here in a little bit. We have 3 different topics today. We're going to talk about Google domains, Google I/O recap, and Gerard, what was the third one? AndroidWear, yeah. So there's some new faces today. We probably won't go around the room right now since we're recording this. It's live streaming. But later on, we can stop the recording and go around the room. So Google Domains is a new feature that just came out from Google. It's still in invite-only beta, but we have some invites for you today. So depending on how many people end up showing up, we may be able to give everyone in the room an invite. We should have, how many do you have?
I think I have 4.
I got, I think, 8. So we should have enough for the room. And if not, we can always try to get more. And you're probably already familiar with registering a domain, and this is basically the exact same feature. Right now, that's what it's pretty much limited to. We'll see what it ends up being later in the future. Let me go ahead, and you want to operate the thing 1 second, because we got to share these slides, which means I actually have to join the Hangout too. Here, let's rotate this 1 second while we. So we're actually on this computer here, that mouse. Okay. Ignore my laptop. And let's see if I can join the Hangout. One second.
So right now it's just one. Right?
Yeah, I might need you to invite me actually to the Hangout. Can you invite me to the Hangout? My email is admin@gdgla.org. And then I'll be able to join the Hangout. Yeah. Hopefully a sound is working too. All right.
You want a quiet invitation?
No. Make it loud.
Invitation posted.
See where it ends up going. No. Sure. I don't see it. Might be a second. Okay, 1 second. We're just trying to get it so that I can show the slides on the Hangout. Am I going to launch? Yeah, we could do that. Tell me what it is.
Oh, it's there.
Where?
You saw the email?
Yeah.
No, not the slides. We're looking for the invite to join the Hangout so I can share the slides.
1 second here. Got a page. 2. M is in Mark. F is in Frank. Q is in Q. And then 36.
No capitals?
Nope.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Okay, and there's, let me mute this. Okay. Okay, so I'll join and share the slides.
There we go.
Okay, so If someone's playing it. I got it. You can unmute.
Okay.
Okay. So what is it?
There we go.
Domain registrar, email forwarding, domain forwarding, integration with Google Apps App Engine, tied to Google account, etc. So, like I said, you've probably already registered a URL before or domain. You can now do that with Google. And during this invite-only beta period, you can do one URL for free for a year or two. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. It looked like it was, well, it's 1 year, but it's like an auto-renew for the second. I don't know. We'll see. So it's very simple to do. I've actually already done it once, and we'll probably end up doing it again today. You just type, there's like a 5-step wizard. You type in the URL you want to register. It could be one you already have, or it could be one that you don't have that's available. You can set up email forwarding as well. So you may not want to log in to another email address. You may just want to forward it automatically. So this will allow you to do that. You can just type in your email address at this domain, forward it to some other domain or some other email address. Really, I mean, if you've done registration with one of the other providers, you usually get redirected to some other site to do private registration. It's kind of annoying. You're like, oh, why do I have to do this? You don't have to do that. It's very simple to do here. You fill out the information, you say, I want it to be private, and that's that. Google's taking care of it. So it's nice. It's a one-stop shop. And so that way, it's a private domain. They'll see something else on there instead of your info, which is nice if it's kind of a startup, you're not sure yet, don't really have office space, that type of thing. The advanced settings, you can actually pull in existing DNS if you're transferring, or you can set up all the different zones in your zone file and things like that. So whether it's a CNAME or AMX, etc. You can map the subdomains as well. So if you're hosting your site on App Engine, which is something you can do, or if you're using sites on Google Apps, or you're putting up your own server somewhere for some reason. I talked to someone earlier today who's actually hosting a website from Google Docs. They upload the files, and then they're actually hosting it that way, which is interesting, I guess. So you can do all that here, too, if you wanted to. So like I said, it's in an invite-only beta, which means if you were to go to the website and try to do it, it'll say, sorry, you don't have an invitation. You can request one. I requested one, I think, at I/O, which was a couple weeks ago, and I got it this week. But I had already gotten an invite from somebody else, and you cannot layer them. So I was hoping to get 2 domains free, can't do it. And apparently, if you do it this way, the invite is tied to your email address. I haven't verified that, but that's what the email says in the invite. So then you couldn't even, try to do 2 under different names. So we can walk through it. I'm logged in right now. Let's exit full screen. And they are one-time use codes, so if I type one in, it's not going to do you much good. Let me go ahead and get a code from over here. We'll see if it works. This will be one that was sent to a different email address, but it may work.
Yeah, I used it on a different.
It worked? Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead. Again, please don't try to copy this. Should probably blur the screen.
I wish I had my Google Glass with me right now.
See if I did it right. Yeah, so I think that worked. Okay, so I'm going to actually transfer a domain. And we have 2 domains here at GDG LA. We have gdgla.com and gdgla.org. One of them is working, one of them is not. Oh, maybe that's the one that's not. Maybe we just don't have the DNS set up properly. Okay, so gdgla.org is working, com is not. Let's go ahead and transfer gdgla.com. And I'm going to go ahead and log into GoDaddy on this machine so that I can actually do what's needed. So it's currently locked, and if you don't know, all the registrars pretty much lock a domain so that someone else can't do this process. And so you would only go and unlock it when you're ready to do a transfer like this, which is a little extra safeguarding, kind of like with your cell phone, that type of thing. So what I'm doing is I'm logging into GoDaddy on my other machine. I'm not showing you this. And I'm just going to unlock it. Just click something and boom, it's unlocked. Click refresh here. It says it could take up to 15 minutes. In my experience, it's like a minute.
This is really in.
Yeah, I'm going to move it. Yeah, yeah, I'm moving it. So obviously GoDaddy has some type of API that Google is hitting to do this. Different registrars might take different amounts of time. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and also, it's like a 3-step process. So besides the whole transferring and the unlocking, there's also this extra authorization code that you also have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and request that from GoDaddy too, and they're going to email it to me. It's a multi-step. So that was pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's unlocked. Okay, now there's this authorization code, which is sent to my email. And what I'm going to do is forward it to this computer. I guess I could read it off the glass too if I wanted to, but it's a gobbledygook type of email, so it's not one that you really want to type in manually. All right, well, we're not getting emails today. Maybe I can IM it to me.
Where's the? Do you have to change over like any files or anything like that? Like the actual hosted stuff for the website?
Yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to point it to somewhere else also, but there we go. Okay, so I got it. Yes. So this is the gobbledygook little message here that did it not go through? Weird. There we go. Okay. So this is a unique key that was sent to me by GoDaddy. Again, please don't copy it. I'm just going to put it in here. Oh, it helps if I hit Control instead of Alt. And here I can choose to copy my settings from the, I'm sorry, this is the name server. So I could continue to use GoDaddy's name servers if I wanted to. I don't want to. I can also see the different entries in my zone file here, and I can change them and edit them and things like that. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer it. The site wasn't working anyway, so it's not the end of the world. And then down here I'll hit transfer, and when you do this, it's going to say it's $12, but because we used an invite code, it'll actually not charge you. It'll make it $0 when you get to wallet. And then the process itself, sorry. The process itself can actually take a while, but you can go back to GoDaddy and say, do it right away, and it'll actually happen faster. And so here's that option, make my info private. Yeah, might as well. Normally other places would charge you for it. Here it's free, so I'm going to do that. And
you can turn it on and off too.
Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. Yeah, I'm not going to fill this out in front of me. They're stupid, and then they're stupid. Let me go ahead and just disconnect the projector for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to fail off.
I actually read about some program that someone wrote recently that looking at a person's hand movements, they can figure out what keys you're typing. So I should be careful about typing. I'll hit some extra keys so you can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have a program that compensates for that as well.
Yeah.
I do that when I'm at the ATM. I always try to make it look like I'm hitting other numbers. just in case. Okay, and we'll uncheck this. Let's see if it lets me. It might say this credit card's in use somewhere else. Oh, it looks good. Oh, what? It's actually charging me. Maybe because of because the credit card. I bet you because it knows that it's supposed to not charge. Yeah, but but because I use the same credit card as I used last time. I bet you that's why. Okay, let's wait for this to. It didn't. No.
Oh, man, we have to return this pizza now.
Yeah, let's see if I can get the HDMI back up. 1 second. Huh. This is a remote.
I don't know what's the big deal. $12, that's pretty high. I mean, it's not, you would think it'd be cheaper. You're going to try and get the market.
Well, it's free, really, but for some reason it's not doing it free right now.
Yeah, it doesn't offer $1 for the first year.
Okay, this is what it is. They fixed it. I think, remember how I said it was 2 years versus 1 year? Yeah, I think that was a bug. So it says no input. Let's see. What's going on? 1 second. No input. Okay, there we go. So what it's doing is it's actually registering you for 2 years. So it's a requirement that the second year is basically included. And so that's what you're paying the $12 for. You're paying the second year. So it's 2 for 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Hopefully it.
So when you transfer, it's 2 years.
Yeah. But you're just going to do the credit card screening. There we go. Okay, remembered it. And I'll go ahead and pay for it. That's okay. But that's still pretty cheap. Especially with private registration, which normally costs extra. Okay, done.
Like $10, $15 in.
So here you can see that it basically says it could take a little while, and there's like a confirmation, all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can go ahead and click on that confirmation email. And at the same time, GoDaddy's also emailing me saying, "Hey, hope you meant to do that." So I'm just confirming it on this side here, and saying, "Yeah, transfer." And so I approved it. So you can see they've asked GoDaddy to approve this. GoDaddy's going to send me an email saying, "Are you sure you want to do it?" And I can actually log into GoDaddy and say, "Yes, I really want to do this." They kind of hold back in case you change your mind. So there's a transfer section in GoDaddy that I'm going to go to and just say, "Yeah, please confirm it." And of course, it doesn't show up. But that's essentially the process. That last step will happen automatically, even if I don't do anything. Any questions? So what we'll do some point tonight is just, I guess, have a form for people to fill out so you can give us your email address. That way we can send you the invite. Because we should have, we should have enough codes for everyone here. And you don't have to transfer one in. You can buy a new one too. So you, like for instance, it's available. So we could buy that one too if we wanted to. Any questions? Okay, great. Who's next?
Did you guys already talk about it?
No, we changed the order.
Oh, okay. So mine is more like an experience of.
Okay, let me switch for it.
See if this goes. You didn't see that. So mine's more of the experience of going to Google I/O. Probably a lot of you have already read about it and maybe even watched the keynote. So I was fortunate enough to go this year to Google I/O at the extended event in the Google offices in Los Angeles. So I'll show you guys some pictures that I took there while I was there and kind of show you, if you decide to go in the future, if you have a chance to, what you can expect. So the first thing when you're going to Google is that this is the entrance to the parking lot. So you literally drive down into below the binoculars there, and that's where you enter. Yeah, actually it is. Yeah. So if you drive down the street, actually that's how it looks. So.
We actually passed by it and I went.
Yeah.
What is that? What do they do there?
Yeah.
And they came home and told me.
Yeah. So then when I was actually trying to go to the Google I/O event, the extended event in LA, then I realized, oh, that's where we actually go. And there was actually a guy at the bottom there who was waving people in because they know people aren't gonna go there. So so he waved me in there. So that was cool. So the first thing we did is we registered and got a cool little badge with our names on it and where we work and stuff. So to make us feel official. So that was the first part. Then everybody, probably about maybe 50, 75 of us, we went into this big room where we watched the keynote streamed live on YouTube. So it was a really cool experience for me because I've watched these keynotes in the past, but to watch it with other developers in the room and hear people respond to what's going on, whether it be new features and hearing people talk about that, and maybe there's jokes and stuff like that going on. Did anybody here watch the keynote? Some people watch it. Do you guys remember the protesters? What happening?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, there's a few jokes about that, so it was pretty cool. But so we watched that. After the keynote, some Google employees, here's one of them, actually work at LA. They were talking about the stuff that they do. This gentleman was talking about he does. I think he was doing analytics for ads and stuff like that. And there was also another guy who talked about ads on YouTube. And we got a chance to ask them questions and to hear more about what they do. So that was that. After, this might be a little smaller, you can probably see it. After that keynote session, after the Google employees talked about those two presentations, then we got a chance to go to breakout sessions, to whichever ones we wanted. So you can see there's a ton of stuff. And there were actually more sessions at Google I/O that you could watch and over YouTube. But these are the ones that they had rooms for specifically at the offices in Google LA. So the first one I went to was what's new in Android, because I've made an Android app and I'm kind of interested in that. So I thought, all right, let's check it out. So that was kind of cool. It was talking about like material design and the new APIs and stuff like that in Android. The other one I went to was Polymer. I decided to go for something I'd never heard of before. So I just thought, okay, that sounds really cool. So change everything you want to know about web development. So that's a new kind of language that Google is developing, and that's going to make web development a lot easier. And it's kind of like similar to how we did the Dart at the Meetup earlier this year. So that was pretty cool. Also, the next one I went to was wearable computing. So I wanted to hear more about the upcoming watches that are coming out. Does anybody have an Android Wear watch? Anybody here? No, not yet. Still waiting for the Moto 360. So that was cool. They talked about how when you're designing for a watch, you don't just want to make an app smaller. You want to totally change everything about that, because you want to make sure that it's designed for the watch, not small screen. So that one, and then the Android Fireside Chat, which was pretty cool because it was like maybe 10, 15 people of all the people that lead Android at Google, and people were asking questions and stuff. So that was it. And I'll show this at the end as well in case you want to write down the link. If you go to this link, you can actually click on all of these, and they take you to the YouTube video. So that's why I put the link there. So if you wanted to watch those or look at the other videos as well, there's that. So the one thing about Google was that there was a lot of food there. They told us right there at the beginning, there's going to be a lot of food. You're going to be very well fed today. So right in the beginning, in the morning, there's a smorgasbord of cookies of anything you wanted. So very tasty. It's a good way to start the day. Make everybody happy right away. This was their little lobby area there. They have an arcade there. It was turned off, so we didn't get to play, unfortunately, but everybody was going to all these sessions and learning about different technologies. So we didn't spend too much time in this area. And then this little thing that I'm holding in my hand there is actually an 8-ball, Magic 8 Ball. That is that has the Chrome logo on it, so that's pretty cool. We did get some swag. You can obviously tell we got a shirt, the Google extended shirt. $10 in credit for a Google Play. Buy any apps or movies and all that stuff you want. And also in the box there was a portable charger for your phone, and I actually have it here. So looks like this. Actually, I think I have it on the next slide too as well.
It's a battery.
Yeah, so it's a battery. So you plug in your phone, charge your phone, and pretty cool also. If you double tap, it has a flashlight on it. So nice little cool toy that they gave to everybody. I wasn't expecting stuff like that, or even the $10 credit, but pretty cool. And Google is very generous to give it to everybody. So. Here's some like 10 different kinds of popcorn and stuff. So yeah, they had a lot of food, and they definitely want to make sure that everybody's happy and well fed and don't have to worry about that. So it was good. Here's some Android cupcakes. So you can see somebody probably spent a long time on that, making those cupcakes there. Some Google bikes. So they do have their array of Google bikes that you can just pick up and go. Not as many as Mountain View probably, but if you need a bike, there you go. So it's fun there.
Is it multiple buildings?
Just that one for here in Google, in the LA office. So I guess if people want to ride around to get some food or something like that. So. Here's a picture of, this is the main auditorium where we watched the keynote. There's actually an upstairs area, and I didn't take a picture of this, but right back there there's beanbags. So if you wanted to watch something going on there, you can lay down in a beanbag. This is some vegetables there if you got tired of all the sweets and wanted something healthy to make yourself not feel as guilty. So they had that there. They had some tri-tip sandwiches and stuff. That was pretty good. So definitely the theme of the day, they had a lot of food there in addition to all the amazing information that that was happening. So towards the end of the day, there was a poster session, and what this was is that there were actually a lot of Google employees here, and they all made posters showing what they were working on, whether it be AdSense or YouTube, or there's actually one guy I was talking to who he actually made the Google Play movies for Chrome OS, so the player, so like you could play on Chrome OS and offline as well. So it's pretty cool, to see the actual people that are making this stuff that we're interested in, we're looking at. So there was that, and then at the end of the evening, there was they had a raffle. So she was actually raffling off prizes and calling people. Everybody got a ticket, and they raffled off a few Chromebooks and some Nexus 7 tablets. So that's pretty cool.
Did you win one?
I did not. I came very close, within 10 points on the raffle. I was like, darn it. But it was pretty cool. So that was.
No, it's random, right? So
Yeah, I know, but still, it makes me feel good, So that was my experience at Google Extended LA. A lot of information with all the stuff going on. A lot of it definitely flew over my head, but it was cool to be in that kind of experience. So if you ever get a chance to go next year, they're definitely check it out. And there you go. Any questions or anything?
Is that what it was though? They're pretty advanced in those things? Like, did they like do codes and stuff?
Oh yeah, they showed like a lot of.
It's enough to.
Yeah, like they showed, like for the Android stuff, they showed the new APIs and went in depth on what's going on. And like for Polymer, they definitely showed sample code because it's a new thing that not many people know about, so they want to show how to use it and stuff.
No, I mean, would you say as a group, everybody was advanced for everybody?
Oh no, I'm sure some people, who are experts and who were definitely know all about these things, and so there's probably all sorts. Some people are more casual. Some people are probably full-time developers all the time. So, but. Yeah.
Did you need like an invite or had you?
Yeah.
Was it difficult to get in?
So there were, I don't know how we got the spots, but there were a few spots available for the meetup group. So.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was that full.
No,
it's not even.
Yeah.
Not even a quarter full.
They actually said that last year there was much more attendance, and this year they.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. So, well, probably everyone's watching it online because you can stream it online. You can stream everything online.
Last year it was open.
Right.
Oh,
This year
That's, oh, that's
right.
right.
This year it was closed.
That's why. Okay.
So.
Yeah. So, but I imagine, yeah, if it's still going to be registration only for next year, then they'll probably say, hey, GDG LA, we have this many spots. Maybe they have more spots too. So that's why I said if there's spots open and you have a chance to go, definitely, it's a pretty cool experience. But, any other questions? Cool. All right.
Feel free to take some pizza or anything too. Yeah, that's fine. How long do you need to set up? I can talk about something.
Yeah, maybe like 5 minutes.
Sure. So,
I need to join the hangout.
if you want to use your own machine, yeah.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting, I actually went up to San Francisco for the actual I/O, not the extended, and it was my first time attending. What I'm going to try to do right now is pull up a photo album that someone else did. Yeah. That I know I was tagged in. And I will say that the event's somewhat overwhelming. There's a lot going on all at the same time. And as a result, it's impossible to see everything you want to see. So not being there in person could actually be an advantage because all the big sessions are recorded and so a lot of them are live streamed. And so you can actually, she has 2 IO14, okay. You could actually watch them probably more easily sitting still at your desk than trying to run around Moscone West figuring out where you're supposed to be. The floors, there's only 3 floors in the building, but they're like 3 stories each. So it takes a while to kind of get between them and stuff like that. So this is, let's see, some pictures she took. There's a lot of them, so we won't watch them all. But thanks. Paul, you want to switch it over to the, instead of the picture of me, to this? So I don't know if all of you are familiar with the Photos feature on Google+, but it'll do things like this. If you take a series of pictures, it'll animate them. It can take the best smiles from each of them, things like that. There was a community lounge for anyone to go to. It wasn't specific to GDGs, but a lot of us were hanging out there because it was just a good place to meet. This is the keynote, the room that the keynote was in. It was really wide, and there were multiple screens, so that wherever you were sitting, you could see it. And there was a line around the block by, I think, 7:15 or something like that, which is kind of silly because everyone is going to get in and get a seat. And because the room was so wide, it wasn't that deep. So even if you were in the very back, you were pretty still close to the front.
So this is at 7 a.m.?
No. They didn't let people in
Okay.
until, I think, 9. But there was a line. And there were actually people outside giving donuts and stuff like that, refreshments, to people who were in line. Or you could go inside and eat breakfast as well, and it was like a warm breakfast. But there was people, like people woke up and we saw all these messages, oh, I'm in the back of the line at the end of the block, and was like, already? So
Is it a assigned?
No, it's not assigned seating, but there are some reserve seats
Oh,
for different people. But I mean, you could probably count the rows there. It's really not that far back, even if you were in the back of the room. And even if you were in the very back and the corner, there's screens all the way, so it didn't really make a difference. A lot of these people are actually fellow GDG organizers, since Stephanie's on the GDG team. And you can see there's the community lounge. I'll see if there's anything interesting and stop. That looks like the picture we were looking at before. Yeah, I mean, I'll jump out of slideshow and just scroll. There was a session on Android TV that somehow I didn't realize was going on, and people who went got a little card for a free Android TV. I didn't go, so I missed out on it. Had I known, I would have run down there. But there was just so much going on all at once. There was also little areas set aside where they had like a bunch of computers set up so you could do a code lab, self-run code lab. There were a lot of little stations with just people talking. They were kind of like booths that were as big as one of these booths. And those were not recorded also. So I was trying to go to those because those were not being recorded, as opposed to the big sessions that were. A lot of food. There's a whole candy station upstairs with snacks and drinks and stuff like that.
But they fed you guys cardboard boxes for lunch?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you talking about one of these?
No, further up.
Oh, further up?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see?
It looked like you guys were eating cardboard boxes.
Eating cardboard boxes?
Yeah.
I don't
I had
know.
a fork in a cardboard box. I'm like, wow.
They
definitely feed you better.
It may have been one of these cardboard. I don't know if I can call it a device, but you want to switch the camera? So this was one of the things that they talked about at the keynote. If you watch the keynote, you can watch it. And this was designed by some folks at Google during their 20% time. And the idea is you put your phone in it, you construct it, you put your phone in it, and it can create a 3D experience. If I could remember how to put it together. There's actually instructions. I probably should just look at it.
You need an engineering degree to.
Yeah.
The experience from what?
From an app on your phone.
Oh, I see. I get it.
So,
That makes sense. Yeah.
so there's an app that you can install, cardboard app.
Yeah, that's that old
It's like the
color
Oculus
offset.
Rift.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Expensive.
Yeah, less expensive.
yeah, it looks expensive. Anyways, I think this one's actually missing the magnet. But this little thing is what they gave out when we were exiting from the keynote, and you can put your phone in there if it's a modern phone that works. Some of the older ones didn't work. And it basically will allow you to explore the world. So you have your phone and you move this around.
Dude, that's a good idea.
And if you're in Maps, it'll show you the map in 3D. There were a couple other apps, like a little cartoon world, where you can move and you actually see the world moving. It's kind of neat, but it's definitely like a low-tech device. You wouldn't really wear it outside, and walk around.
Might be dangerous.
But if you Google cardboard, there's a cardboard app in the App Store, and you can see that. You want to jump back?
Yes.
In fact, I'll go ahead and pull it up. It's a bit big of an app, in my opinion. One second. Yeah, so you can see it here. I think that, yeah, this is the official one. And it's only good if you have one of these, but we have a couple here. This one, I think, like I said, is missing the magnet, but probably find where it is. If not, we have another one, I think. So if you want to try it out, you can go ahead and try it out later. And you can see stuff like this. Basically, what it does is it splits the screen in two, and the left one is slightly off from the right, so it's kind of like polarized. And so you see it, and your eyes interpret that to be 3D. And so here's what's available in it. There's Earth. There's a tour guide specifically for Versailles, which isn't going to do much of us good. YouTube, which is useful, and then some other stuff. Windy Day was that one that's like a cartoon world, which is it's fun to look at. But so they had a whole setup with people explaining how it works and how they came up with it and things like that. Yeah. Where were we? Here we go. I'll just jump and see if there's any other pictures. They did give away wearables to all the attendees as well. One wearable on the spot, and another one, the Moto 360, when it comes out. So I'm still there. I am. We had temporary tattoos at the community lounge, so I went ahead. I had a lot of free time at one point. We were like waiting for people to show up, so I was just sitting there, and there's all these little X tattoos. They were like this big, and I just did it all the way around. Took like 12 or 13 of them. So yeah, I got tagged. And here you can see one of the lines around the block in the morning. This may be actually the second day, I can't tell. But here you can see there's the people who were giving away donuts. So it wasn't that bad if you were stuck waiting in line. It wasn't raining, I don't think, that first day. It might have been a little misty. There were also some people from Target giving away little battery chargers for phones and all sorts of other random stuff. You can see we even got some stickers here from some other, I don't know what it is, some convention going on in London. So you can get the sticker, or you can pay to go to London. You choose. I came in on Tuesday night, but I heard stories of people who got in earlier, that there were parties hosted by various tech firms on Tuesday evening, where they were like giving away devices like tablets and phones and all sorts of stuff. So if you do get to go next year, make sure you go early. And I don't know how they found out about the parties either, so you have to like scour the web and try to find out where they are. I did go to one party. It wasn't good. There was like nothing going on. And then I tried to go to another one, and it was so bad that it was just emptying out when I got there. So the ones prior to the event, and I think the ones after the event are best. During the event, I think there's too much competition. So
There's
yeah.
a party too, right? Very high up.
Yeah, and then there's the official party too, which I'm sure there's pictures of that too, if we were to look. That was basically outdoors at Yerba Buena Center.
I wonder if the parties at Apple are better.
I don't know.
But they're cool people, right?
No, they'd just be better looking.
So the sessions that itself, the sessions themselves, were really technical. I actually I enjoyed it because a lot of times when I go to these types of things, it's all marketing material. There was like no marketing material here at all. So I really like that fact. Let's see if I can find some of the party pictures. Here. Nope. Sorry, that's not it. But yeah, I did like the fact the sessions were just very frank and, hey, this is how it works, this is how it doesn't work. You know, here's where you need to go to find out about stuff. There's a beta, whatever. Maybe it was a very technical session. There was no marketing material at all. Even the ones where there were like partners involved, like there was a session I sat on about Go and how this one company is using Go to do all their code. They didn't really talk about their company. I still don't even remember what the company does. It was more about Go and how they're using Go and code samples. So I really like that fact. I appreciate that. I think that's how they keep the event small and things like that by not catering to all the sponsors and stuff like that. Any questions? I should probably get off of Stephanie. So if you want to watch any of the recordings, it's available online at the IO website. Obviously not everything was recorded, but definitely the keynote and some of the bigger sessions. Like I went to one on glass, and my guess is if you were to find that session, you'll see me asking a question at the end. And it was a big room, a very big room. And so all the big rooms had recordings. There were a lot of times where they swapped the session kind of like the day of because they decided that something was too popular and they moved it. So it was really hectic being there. So not being there are some advantages because if you're at extended, you can just sit still and watch the big screen.
Yeah.
And there were some other extended events in LA too. Jacob went to, I think, the one at DirecTV.
Yeah,
So when he's here next time, maybe he can talk about that. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to use your machine?
Yeah. I was gonna.
Did you join?
I was just gonna make a project.
Okay. HDMI okay?
Yeah, PGA.
Yeah? So again, feel free to take some pizza or drinks. There's also water in the kitchen. 1 second while we switch things around. Are you already in the Hangout?
No, I don't know the.
Can you just give me the short link?
Yeah.
So
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Food.gl.
Okay.
And then the number 2. M. And then 36. All lowercase. And that worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I supposed to?
There you go. Yeah, just pop it up.
Down here.
Make sure you
Oh, error loading app. Okay. So you also see my laptop?
No, you just share your. Don't look at the screen in front of you.
Oh, okay.
That's not there. Are you on the network?
Oh, it says admin is not in your circle. Oh, hold on. Let me say join.
There you go.
Yeah, you're using your camera now, so on the left side is there's a green
Screen share? Okay. Okay, so how do I pick a screen?
When you choose screen share, you're sharing your camera. So move your mouse to the left.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah.
So you get the green plus symbol. Move your mouse all the way to the left so you get the little sidebar that pops up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you can see it. So choose screen share,
Mm-hmm.
and then choose, say, which screen share.
Yeah, I say desktop or Hangout.
Desktop,
desktop.
You have 2 options?
Yeah.
Okay, choose desktop.
And then start.
Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Oh, no. Oh,
So
no.
now your monitor out on the wrong window. It's on the wrong window. Hangout. So now the Hangout.
Oh, okay. Because it's full screen. Now do you see it?
The Hangout sees your screen. Yeah, it sees it. Yeah. And it says there was an error loading. Your app.
Okay. You can see my mouse.
I see it's on the cancel button.
Okay. So it's sharing something.
But you need it to. You need a mirror instead of extending.
Okay. Under preference. Yeah, mirror.
Yeah.
So this is what everybody else.
I know what that, yeah.
We're still making one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You sure you're there?
Yeah, that's what it said.
You might have to turn off the camera, maybe. Can you check the
Okay.
board, make sure? Oh, it's on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, so I just have a short presentation on AndroidWear. I'm missing part of my screen. Okay. Yeah, it's more of a demo. So yeah, AndroidWear. Right now you have two devices. You probably have heard of it. You have two choices, and they're very different in features. If you get the LG, you get the bigger battery, and if you have a smaller wrist, it's going to fit better. If you get the Galaxy Gear Live, the screen is higher resolution and consumes less power. And you get a heart rate monitor, but it's bigger. So if you have a small wrist, it's not going to work too well. So I got the LG. I ordered it. And now we'll just do a walkthrough. Can we switch to camera?
You wanna?
Yeah.
You can use your Mac camera.
Okay.
Oh, and then you just share the. There you go. Yeah.
Is it capture?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not it.
I think you're
This one, turn the camera on.
Oh,
Okay, it's already good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I see it's the back camera, the one behind your Mac right now. That's okay. No, that was. Yeah.
okay, that's what's showing.
Oh, I see. So you should use video.
Yeah.
Muted it. When you hit that button at the top, right?
Yeah, it's weird. There's lag.
Can you unpause your video? In the red name top. Yeah, at the top.
Okay.
There you go. Just put it down.
Yeah. Hello.
Your camera's on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go to the back camera.
Okay. Yeah. Looks like it's working. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it has no buttons. So what you do to turn it on is you hook it up to the charger, which is magnetic. So just something like that, and then oops. Then you'll see it boot up. Yeah, and I heard this is the L's video also. Have you tried it? Yeah, on the next version of Android, that's how it looks like. Yeah, so it's 758. This was 229. Okay, so that's booting up. Then, oh, now it's using my screen. typically problems. Sorry, it's a little hard. Okay. Maybe we can use that. Oh, because that's not.
That's your scenario. So you have to pull it hang out.
Yeah, there's the middle lead. Okay, cool. Yeah, so to do the change to watch face, all you have to do is like hold down on the top area. And then it gives you a preview of the body faces. Then you just like redo it. So you have a lot. I heard the LG has a bit more, but later you can make your own watch face if you want. So that's the watch face. Apps. Okay. So. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. No, I have to do it.
No, that's good.
Oh no! For the display, I have to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So for apps, you just tap here, then you'll see the screen, then swipe up, and you'll see at the bottom it says Start. It's hard to do right. Anyway, you can trust me, it says
Yeah.
you click on it, then it's going to list your apps. So one thing I do when I'm bored, we have there's a Flappy Bird annotation, so I play it. What's that? I got up to 21. Got lucky. Yeah. This one's easier than Android game because gravity going up and down are uniform. But I think in the phone, gravity going down is faster. It's hard to compensate. Anyway, here they have a thing called a beep, but it's not really a beep, it's a vibrate. So yeah, vibrates. You can also do a timer, and it will, or a alarm, it will vibrate when you send. But it uses a lot of power if you vibrate.
So how long is the battery going to put last?
Okay, so this one, it was fully charged this morning. Now it's 20%.
Wow.
That's
It's better than that.
Yeah. One time, I think last week, I got it to last 4 days.
Oh, wow. He was playing the game.
Yeah. Just avoid the vibrate. And you can because the screen on the LG consumes more power because of the lights everything up. You have a setting to turn off the display. So when you flip your wrist, you're doing based on the camera, you want to look at it, so you can select it. Yeah. Oh, also you can change the brightness from the settings. So you go to the settings, adjust brightness is your first option. Right now, it's at the thinnest, it's 1 to 6. So right now we're at max. I'll switch it to min. Oh, you could type. Yeah, it's a little, yeah, it's a little harder. Yeah, I set it to 1. But really, the vibe rate is like, you set it better. From the menu, you can also reset it or restart it or something. Also, yeah, so that's it for the that part. So now, if you're going to write an app, if you attended the last event, we did we had to do some APP connects to IP routing, something like that. Yeah, on this one you dock it, but you have to turn on developer options. So what you do is you go to the menu, go to About, and then you click on the build number 7 times. So I've done it already. So that's already, wow, so we're down to 18% now. Yeah, so you'll get the developer option as your last menu item. And then yeah, you'll see ADB to RB as in your and then you should play. Okay, so now, any questions about the watch? Oh, I bought it.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah.
Around apps, I mean, trying to see if it's.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. That's why I bought it.
Is there an emulator for it?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Well, on the preview, I don't know now. Do you know? Do you know if there's some emulator on the?
Well, with one stuff that we're doing the preview, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah, they're probably very good. Yeah, on this one, let me show you that. Oh. So, you'll see like a lot of green icons.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too bad. But anyway, you'll see a lot of green icons. Those are from my projects.
What are you doing right now?
Just test projects right now.
Do you have anything you want to build right now?
Nothing specific yet. Yeah. But I think what's consuming the power is my projects.
Yeah.
And on the phone, you know, to uninstall, you just drag it to uninstall. On this one, if it's not on the Play Store, you have to run on the ADB command. I just haven't done it yet. So anyway, so that any questions?
That's running L preview. You know.
Let me see the version. It says 4.4W. Maybe watch. Maybe watch is not completely. No, that's it.
So what's the actual screen resolution on that?
This one is 280 by 280. Yeah, you have two different resolutions. The LG, I think, is 320 by 320. And same for the model, 360, I think.
So a picture on that's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
That's 300.
Yeah, this one's 280.
Yeah, that's not even an inch.
Oh, yeah. After, I'll show one more thing, and then we'll pass it on.
I don't know about having people, I think when they put the phone in the watch, because then it's just going to have devices. They have to watch the
Yeah, well, the nice thing about this is on the next Android, you can use the watch to unlock your phone. So the proximity of the watch to the phone, it's on the keynote, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The proximity will be enough to.
People unlock their phones with the codes, hundreds of times per
You know,
day.
they can extend that to your car and everything.
Yeah. So
So just with that, that saves a lot.
Well,
if
the
someone.
smartphone is really successful because everybody's just got one device now.
Yeah.
I think people don't want, like, I don't wear a watch.
Yeah.
If you have two devices, I think that's, but when they can put the phone in the watch, then I think.
Yeah.
I don't wear a watch personally, but it's because I work with kids, and to me, professionally, etiquette-wise, when you're working in a classroom, you're not going to pull out your phone. It's inappropriate. But if I have a watch,
Yeah, this one you don't need a
I
password.
I could just look at my watch.
And you
Obviously,
talk
unless
to
you have a really bright child who's going to go, oh, you have an LG watch? Okay, sure. But, outside of them,
Yeah, that's
I
one
would use that
advantage.
more.
Yeah, if like the notifications on the end on the phone,
That's true, they don't have clocks and rooms.
they pop up over here.
No, they do. They do.
They still have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them are digital now. So kids have no
Didn't he
idea.
say something like
Do you
that in
wanna
the keynote?
share that?
Where it was like,
But
people take their phones out of their pocket
Sure,
100
that's
times a
like
day
the
or something.
Yeah.
They're getting measured.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And so this watch allows you not to have to do that.
Exactly. yeah. That was one of the main points. Is
Yeah,
that
which is the point you're making.
Undo close
professionally in an office, I mean, who wants to pull out their phone? Your boss is going to be like, excuse me, what are you doing? Whereas if you look at your watch casually.
Oh, did I
it's not
close
as
it?
big of a deal.
I think I closed
If
it.
you close the tab, if
Exactly.
you right click on the top, right click on the a little bit to the right, just a blank.
Oh, okay. No, this is not
On the
Chrome.
actual-
It's
right click on one of the other tabs.
Oh, it has to be on the top.
yeah, it's not Firefox. It's Firefox.
Huh, you should have.
You know what? It's because you're in full mode.
Oh, okay.
Now try.
Yeah.
Click on the tab.
Hold on, let
It's
me
already there.
change my width here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's nice to not have to unlock something just to get information.
Uh-huh.
You just get. Yeah, I closed it.
You might do history maybe?
Or window.
Yeah. So it was geo.
I think it was.
Here, 2 NFQ
NFQ 36.
You gotta check.
Oh, my resolution went down.
Okay, now hit the mute on the microphone there.
Okay.
Okay, and hit join. And now do the screen share.
Oh. Yeah. Hold on. I'll change resolution first. Oh wow. Ultra low.
This is a really nice projector you guys have here.
All right.
Yes.
Look how it's like overpowering the lights.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I do the screen share still on the
On
Hangout.
the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also this one. Oh no, the
Right there.
green. Okay. Desktop. Start. Okay. So now we've done the walkthrough. Now, yeah. So if you did it before, we're now. It's simpler now to upload to a phone, but also you're now more dependent on Android Studio. And if you notice, a lot of their documentation are like, they don't even have ADT instructions anymore. So, and yeah, it uses developer mode on the phone. So if you need this is from Google I/O, from the AndroidWear team. I'll just show you a few seconds of it. Basically, they're talking about your phone and your Android Wear watch. They share memory, so the way you sync them is to update that shared memory. Anyway, you can go to the link.
Okay, so was Larry Page at the I/O conference?
No.
He wasn't.
No.
Yeah, so that's a way to get you started. Then I think we already went through developer mode. You tap the build number 7 times. Now we'll create a project. So Android Studio. I'll close this. Make a new demo app. Okay, so you say new project, then GDG LA. Then you say where, and we don't need this for this demo. There's only one OS here. Then you say next. It will generate the blank activity. Then start building it. Yeah, so far so good on Android Studio. It took a while to get up and running.
You like it better than Eclipse?
It's fine. It's just that some instructions are in ADT, so I still have to translate to this.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do a meetup on Android Studio.
Sure, you want to lead one?
Yeah, right.
Are you guys using ADT or Android Studio? ADT? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Be cool to learn them.
Yeah, it's not bad. Maybe we can do one like to install.
Yeah, we can start with
Install and like
Yeah.
get to running a dummy project.
What about like professionally? Like, are companies still using Eclipse, or people are they? Okay.
Yeah, it's just that when you go to the Android, the documentation,
It's still there.
it's
I've been using it like for the last 6 months, but I don't do it professionally. I just do it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, the instructions are in Android Studio. They don't have ADT, but they're different enough for you to need it. So so yeah, I pretty much switched. Anyway, so this is wrong. For this simple exercise, we're just going to change the string. Hello. I'll just say hello. Yeah, so there's some detection going on for your display, and it's going to pick a string. Now to run it, you need the phone running and hooked up, and also you need the watch running and hooked up. And I don't know if you can see it. It says allow debugging. There's a dialog here. And there's something popping up on my phone. I just hit OK for debugging. hit OK, and then let's see. Hold on. Okay, can we switch?
You want to try the Chromebook camera?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, this is, it's magnetic. It undocked several times already. So you have to click OK on your phone. Okay, so okay, so you see this, it undocked again. Okay, I'm gonna hit run, and can you how are we gonna do this?
Well, I can see it.
Okay.
Everyone at home can see it.
Yeah.
You might have to.
But he can't.
Hold on.
Oh,
We'll take
I know. Afterwards.
Right.
Anyway, you guys can see here. It's kind of faint, but it's the right place. So, I'll hit run over here, and then it's going to tell me to pick a device. Yeah, one thing I noticed about Android Studio, it takes a while to do things. ADT is faster. Yeah, so I'll just keep my hand here. Yeah, down here it says executing, taking a while. Okay, so I get to pick a device. So I'm gonna pick the LG watch. Then click OK. It's going to upload to the phone, to the watch, and then you'll see the watch face change. When it actually does it. Okay. Yeah, so it's done. We can pass it around. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You'll see it's uploaded. Yeah, that's it for this one. Any questions?
So the argument that I've heard from the Google employees regarding the wearables is that we spend X amount of time every day looking at our phones.
Yeah, like 100 something.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're saving time, or do you notice that you're not pulling out your phone as much, things like that?
I'd say maybe 30% of the time I still, when it vibrates, I still open because it's good for very short text. Mm-hmm. So like if it's an email, if it's more than one sentence, it's not gonna display it to you.
There's no way to have it scroll and show the rest.
Yeah, well, not on Gmail or whatever stock. Yeah, so that's a limitation. And some things, it will just say you have a notification, and the next page says open in phone. So you're out of luck. But like when you're driving and it's on silent, it's nice to to feel, you have something that came in. And it's nice to not enter a password or like a code. Yeah.
Cool. So what do you do to unlock the phone? You just hit a button? Or
No, you just
Swipe.
tap
swipe
it.
and
Yeah,
it
you can.
automatically unlocks your phone?
It's not locked. To unlock
Yeah,
the
to
phone.
unlock your phone.
It's on the next version, which I don't have, but you're supposed to be in close proximity,
Oh, okay.
and then you just unlock. It won't prompt for a passcode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I've never. It's on the keynote. Yeah.
When you were running
Uh-huh.
that, you chose to run it on the watch.
Uh-huh.
You also had your phone plugged in.
Yeah.
Could you have run this on the?
No, I can show you. It's not gonna work.
It's not work because you didn't choose the SDK to be.
No, because this shows up as unknown, I think.
Oh.
So we can try it. We'll try it right now. And I think the watch was complaining it can't find the phone.
Yeah, it yelled at me and said the battery's off.
Oh yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, I need to uninstall some stuff here. It's using up power. Yeah, okay, so the phone is not it's not connected. The watch is connected. We'll do a run. Yeah, see it says offline. Yeah.
Oh, so the watch appears offline just because the phone's not connected.
Yeah, and you see the device. It's I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like a serial number. So I'll plug in my phone, and it should change. Oh, unauthorized. So yeah, on my phone, it says unauthorized. I just say allow debugging, then it's going to change online. You see, it's online now.
If you try to play this app or run this app on the HTC One, what happens?
We'll see.
Does it do something?
Oh, I'm guessing. No, it might work. It says.
You got a program to be responsive.
Oh, I think I don't have the API. You need 20. Let's.
On the phone.
Yeah, see, it says mine is 19.
Right.
And this is 20. But we'll see what happens. Oh, it says error. Yeah. Yeah.
Something might install problems. Install failure. Older SD.
Yeah. This is too old. It's the latest, but it's too old.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more?
Have you had any buyer's remorse, or are you happy?
Oh yeah, actually, I tried to cancel this and get the Samsung, but then I measured my wrist. It would stick out by like I think 0.2 inches. So, but then I couldn't cancel anymore. So it turned out well. And later, people were complaining that the docking was a pain on the on the Samsung, and because it snaps in, it's not magnetic. So and the plastic broke on the watch. So that was a common complaint. But then if you turn off the display when you're not looking at it, that kind of negates the screen being a power hog, you know. So that brings, you know, it turns it in, it negates the disadvantage for the power. And I think it's the same CPU. So yeah, that's why to me it came down to this trade-off.
Do you know anyone personally who has the Samsung?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did you get a watch?
I gave it to a friend.
Oh.
That was awful nice of you.
Wow.
I'm waiting for the Moto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't wear a watch anyway. So.
Yeah, the Moto's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of reviews for both.
But is the connection to the network, is it pretty good on the watch?
Well, it's connecting to your phone.
To your phone, yeah.
Oh, that's the way it works.
Using
Just like
Bluetooth.
last,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely not an only device. It can't be by itself.
Right.
It's useless without another
Unless you
device.
want to tell
Yeah, there's a.
Well, where you build an app for it.
You can do things with the sensors, you know.
Yeah, if you had a heart rate monitor, you wouldn't need to be online for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it tracks your footsteps, so that's good.
It
I
would be
can.
good for people. I mean, I think there's an application right now for like businesses if they have like a company with like air conditioning repair, and then you can just create an app just for that phone, but then it relies the communication.
Yeah, you'd probably do that. Yeah. You just take advantage of the shared memory. So on the screen, I don't know, you put some actions in and then have a service running on the phone to monitor the changes. Yeah. I know, like medical field, some doctors wear a Pebble. It's, you know, they can read messages quickly.
So I guess technologically there's a limit, huh? They can't really put that much into something that small. So.
Yeah.
It's the first version.
Right.
Yeah, it's the first version.
Better and better. People are already trying to hack it and install cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see.
Well, it's still quite a bit smaller than some of the Rolexes out there, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like they have a lot of getting started here. Multimedia, graphics. Oh, this one doesn't have none of them have camera. So I don't.
Actually, it would be great if you could put your phone somewhere, but use that as the shutter.
Oh yeah, like a trigger.
You probably could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, very easy. Well, you have to be close enough for Bluetooth LE. Oh, background jobs. So you can capture stuff. Oh, that's probably how the pedometer operates. Location. Yeah, I think these are on your phone though. It has to depend on your phone. Anything else? Okay. So that's it.
Do you want to pull up the calendar?
Okay.
Pick a date for the next meetup. Maybe?
Okay. Oh, the code lab. You guys want to talk?
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, so.
We don't see your screen.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we have a bunch of code labs Google pre-made as part of I/O. We can do them as